Hey guys, Chris with Western Colloid. Want to talk with you a little bit about a very important step in our systems. This is something that is written in all of our specifications, and I just really want to highlight, dude, the value of this particular step. And what I'm talking about is the acrylic ply in the ponding areas and waterways. For whatever reason, I'm working with contractors, maybe they're new to our systems, they miss it in the spec. But I cannot emphasize enough how this is a critical portion of our specification. So we put an emulsion roof on this building, and that's where it sits right now. Down here in the valley, this area has various areas of ponding. Water sits here before it has an opportunity to leave the roof. In this area, it is critical that we add a polyester reinforcement to our acrylic. This is going to be sometimes behind skylights, sometimes behind large units, various low spots on the roof. And what this does for us is where water is going to pond for more than 48 hours, this gives us a durable membrane that's built out of our 720 acrylic that can hold up to those ponding areas or can hold up to waterways, areas around crickets, in valleys. And it is absolutely critical to the success of our system that ply get installed during the application process. So we're gonna do that ply prior to the top coat going on. All right guys, so we're gonna be putting that acrylic ply in here. We're gonna lay down 3 gallons per square of acrylic. We're gonna put a 40-inch piece of polyester, and then we're gonna broom that in. But the one thing I want to make sure that we're all aware of when I do that, I'm going to be putting a backwards lap in. This roof is sloped down here. All the water is coming down here to the bottom. So while it's important we put that acrylic ply in, it's also important that we're cognitive of the fact that we're going to make a lap line right here going the wrong way. So make sure you give it a little extra product on that lap. Give your guy with the broom a little bit extra acrylic to work with along that outside edge. And then tell him he needs to really work that broom in and push that lap down. We don't want any fish mouths or loose lap, dry laps in that area because we're putting it in backwards. It's worth it. I don't like to make backwards laps on a roof, but the benefits we get for ponding resistance and water that may sit up on the roof for an extended period of time in these valleys, it's imperative to our system so we don't have peeling issues and degradation of the acrylic that we put that polyester in. So we have to do it, but you also should be cognitive of the fact that we are putting in a backwards lap. So make sure you seal that lap really well. So we're just getting started on the acrylic ply in the valley. Down on this side will just be a single run, just to kind of help with this valley area on the short roof. So sprayer's hitting the wall as he goes, trying to stay busy, spraying ahead. You can't do the deck too far in advance when you're doing this ply, or the paint will start to get a skin on it. So with this acrylic ply that we're putting in the valley, you can see the brooming is much more extensive than what we do with the emulsion. So this is a little softer bristle broom, and he's really taking the time to push the polyester sheet down into the acrylic paint, and we want to
entirely saturate this polyester, whereas the emulsion is just kind of attached to the top of the emulsion, and we broom it in. But this one, we take the time to really broom it in, and especially on that backwards lap.
So I want to point out real quick, you can see this sheet is kind of wrinkled, and notice how the broomer waits. He's waiting for the guy in front of him to pull the lion's share of the wrinkles out. Sometimes you can get more done faster by showing a little bit of patience and being concise with your efforts. If he'd have just run through and pushed the broom through all those wrinkles, those things would have been a nightmare to try and deal with, and it would have been a lot more work. So everything needs to happen in an order, right? You put the coating down, then you put the sheet in, and then you make sure the sheet is, cut around obstructions and that all the wrinkles are mostly pulled out. Then you broom it in. So don't be in such a hurry to push the broom through something that's, not quite fully set yet. If you have any questions, just reach out to your Western Colloid representative. These are the kind of things that we want to be able to help you with. If there's something maybe we have some insight on, call us. We'd be happy to help you.